what's beautiful is we have a dear friend of mine and mentorship graduate, JB Mentorship, Samuel Thomas-Holland, who's going to come and talk to us about his work being an intuitive medium, doing Reiki, doing tarot, channeling. But he does his tarot in such a unique way that I thought it would be really awesome for us just to hang and get to talk to him that way. I am noticing, I wonder if my little Be Live system created a new link, and so we've lost some people. Hi, Fabiana. It's nice to see you. So I hope all of you Luminaires are doing good. If you have had a tarot session before, or you have made friends with the cards, the Oracle cards, please let us know. Put your fingers to the keyboard and share with us why you think that tarot is the way to go to highlight your intuitive body and direction. And it's wonderful. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Samuel as this is happening. We're showing up in certain places and not others. So, my friend, soon to be yours, Samuel, hanging out in Melbourne, Australia. You are the creator and owner of Oracle and the Reflection today. So we can find that online, and I'll be sure to post up your links. Thanks for staying up. What time is it?
It's 4 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. Good morning, Luminaires. Lovely to meet you all. Yeah. No feed still, though, Jamie, on my end, but you can hopefully tell me any questions that the Luminaires might have for me on your end, hopefully, if everything's coming through.
Yeah. Absolutely do that. We have several people posting it. Because it did create another link, so we're waiting for people to kind of roll in. Fabiana says, tarot is amazing. They tell me a different story each time. So why is tarot your outlet, Sam?
Well, it all stems back, Jamie, to my past life, I guess, with learning that I was the apprentice of Nostradamus, and looking back into that, all those modalities of almost occult modalities, but at the same time working with Ouija boards, working with pendulums, but also working with tarot and finding the discipline of that as well, because it is a discipline within itself, with the major and minor arcana and how that brings up shadow work in the human body and being within itself of the energetic spectrum. And yeah, that's the best way of starting it off, I guess.
Yeah. So in learning that you had worked with this kind of, I guess, modality before, you think it made it stronger for you in doing it today?
Oh, for sure. And I think it's flowed through my past existences as well, because each time I've gone back with my guidance to see and understand why tarot is the modality that works so strongly with me, I find in different lifetimes of the past and now in myself as Samuel, why there is such a strong connection to the cards and why they present so much different channeling for various others when they step forward as, if we want to label as clients or luminaires, as we can now stay. But really, it has been systemic throughout all my past lives, I feel, that there's been a...
Can I ask an offbeat question? Well, first of all, I want to let you know that Crystal is over there shouting, "Hi, Samuel."
Hi, Crystal. We actually had a tarot reading last year. Oh, really? Yeah.
I would like to ask, and if this isn't comfortable for you, you can just tell me to shut up. But as a man, do you find being in the world of the intuitive medium and the spiritual realm a lot easier as a man? I know maybe you haven't been a woman this lifetime. What I'm saying is, how's the reception, from those around you as a man?
As a man, I feel there's still the same skepticism as there would be as the female gender as well. But not to come across as sexist, but I feel that if there was a softer side and a more feminine side to me sometimes, I feel that sometimes that scoffing rebuttal that people give to me when I reference I like to use tarot, compared to when I say I'm an energy healer that uses Reiki, that seems to incur more interest than the scoffing remarks and the judgment that, oh, you're one of those sort of responses when you say, oh yeah, I love doing tarot readings and I'm actually setting it up as a business. So people are going, opinion, judgment. I don't know how to
Yeah,
do that. Yeah.
I talk about it because there's not many men in the field, and I really appreciate, like, we have Barrett. He's saying same Barrett. Yep. Or Barrett is saying same Samuel. Yes.
Mm.
But there's not a lot of men out there saying, hey, this is the work that I do, and it's perfectly okay, and this is my business. So not only are you on the forefront of a spiritual movement, you're on the forefront of bringing forward this masculinity into the work. So that's really where my question was going. Like, how is that over there for you? You answered it beautifully. Thank you.
Yeah, and also staying on that topic, it's incredibly, I don't know how it would be still in America for you, Jamie, but of course you've done it for years and you've been able to find the non-violent approach of communication to it. But there is so much, dare I say, unknown still in the energetic community in Australia. And when you bring up such topics as Reiki and energy healing and tarot, that opinion still is very, oh, I don't know how to take this. I'm interested, but I still want to have my opinion. And rightfully so, I guess everyone's entitled to their ego and their logical mind. But I feel like Australia still has a long way to go. And that's why when I observe it, we are still quite a young country when it comes to the energy spectrum of working with these modalities still.
Oh, that's really interesting to know. Norman is saying thank you so much to Samuel for responding in truth. So him, Barrett, a lot of the Lumi men out there are feeling that support. Crystal was adding, you had mentioned she had a tarot. She shared that Samuel told me so much about my past lives that continued to stay with me. So that leads me to several questions. And Fabiana has a really good question as well. But off of Crystal, that in tarot, and I enjoy tarot, but I've never played around with that past life element. So what kind of different approaches do you bring when you do tarot readings for others?
Well, I use going back to the past life of Nostradamus, I use the Nostradamus deck. And I feel that the Hierophant himself, Nostradamus, steps forward a lot. And both Crystal and Ali Sawyers and Rachel from the mentorship can attest to this. He did a step forward in a few channelings that we had with him and readings should I say, with the tarot.
Mhm.
And it can come across as ambiguous at times, but at the same time, I feel it's more like a guttural instinct, and also a gut feeling, a heart feeling, and then a cognitive feeling. The three brains all aligned when you're dealing with Nostradamus, and also I'm dealing with one of my guides as well. Her name's Celeste. She steps forward very much similar, but in a very fiery way, and it's more of a guttural understanding of why the past is the way it is, sort of thing. Yeah.
So you're saying when you do tarot, you're not just looking at the images on the cards, you're communicating with spirit and bringing that element in as well.
Yes, it's a form of course, the getting the right words here, using my clairvoyance, clairaudience, and my clair empathy, for clair feeling, I guess, or clairsentience, whatever you wish to call it,
Mhm.
with the cards, and then sometimes even seeing something's not seeing an image that even is not in the cards due to my third eye being so open, I guess, or how to describe it. I feel that there's images that sometimes come into the external when I'm in a reading, where a lot of the times they would be internal with the third eye perception.
I
If I'm
love,
reading, yeah,
um, my head is going everywhere. I have so many questions I want to know about you,
yeah.
but I'll let the movies ask.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Fabiana is asking, I'd love to hear how you feel about reverse cards. Sometimes they say nothing to me. Other times I need to consider the reverse. Do you use your tarot layout and include the reverse cards?
Not so regularly, but sometimes if they do come up, I always see it more as what is the lesson, what is the perspective that the card is saying. Because there's always a lesson, there's always a perspective, different perspective of what the card is saying from what I've always heard from my guides and other people's guides, being connected to the higher self of the client or the luminaire. And it's a very interesting concept when the guides step forward and they present just as much strongly as my own. Is then it's that feeling of, this isn't a mental illness, this is actually something that I am providing for someone else. And it feels, dare I say it, so much more real in the equilibrium that we then share with each other.
Okay, I just heard you bring up mental illness. Why was that hanging on the tip of your tongue?
Because that's where it started a lot, in depression, really. And then I think that is a good segue to bring in Mr. Eric Karuan Medhus, who's actually stepping forward right now in my clairvoyance and waving his hand. So we all know Eric, so we can wave. If we're sensitive, we can probably see him behind me or wherever he wants to be today. You can feel him stepping forward in his blue. But either way, he has stepped forward quite a lot
Mhm.
in my journey. And that was when I was awakening. I did so first in a very depressive manner because it was during the pandemic and there was so much density in the air. And then going to various psychics and them saying, well, actually, no, you're actually more psychic than you realize. And you're actually more sensitive than you realize. And that's why you feel that there is more happening in your cognition and logical brain that you can't discern. And ever since then, working with you, Jamie, working with others as well, really sort of put me on the path of there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. And
There's
then, of course, yeah.
Mhm.
And then, of course, having friends around me also commit suicide or just die of a heart attack, natural causes, should we say, also put it in perspective because they then came to me in the third eye sense,
Mhm.
and then also in sometimes in automatic writing, which I do. And it then became a lot more clearer and a lot more, there is something here, and I'm not going crazy.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, learning all of this at such a quick pace and coming from that place of depression, um, would you say that this type of work or ability that you do has helped you with your mental health?
Oh, for sure. Because I went to, I've gone to psychologists and they gave me all the labels under the sun. And at the end of the day, I'm going, well, thank you for the lesson, but there's actually more to this than meets your logical brain. And I thank you, but no, there's something more grateful happening here, more humble. Dare we say it? You can use those words. Yeah,
Well, Samuel, how was it to be your own advocate that way? Where was it
very
inside you
hard.
that kept you so hard? Oh my gosh. Yeah. How did you get
Yeah.
focused and grounded like that through this?
Uh, dare I say it through Eric
Yeah.
mainly, but also through um, also knowing and finding through soul family how what unconditional love actually is and what boundaries I had to uh, find in order to find that love because I recognized that I'd given too much of myself away for so long. Yeah.
It's gonna reach in there and just squeeze you real hard.
Yeah. And so that's really where it all started, Jamie. And I'm so grateful that Eric put me onto you through uh,
Yeah.
through through his divine wisdom and the divine timing of
So I
finding where we need to be. Yeah.
I am just in awe listening to how you can put such strong words to your experience. And I think still more than half of our world would crumble with the thought or idea of presenting where you're coming from like this in such a vulnerable way in a public arena. And so
Mm.
I want to just thank you so much for shedding light on that because I know there's so many of us struggling, but we don't get to hear people's stories like you who found your path and you found your way and you stuck up for yourself. Like thank you.
It hasn't been easy. Yeah.
I can imagine it has
Yeah.
not.
But yeah, it's worth it, especially uh, when I get to meet a tribe of such as the Luminaires as well, and yourself,
Oh,
and so many wonderful people that come out of in the energy healing community as well. Yeah,
thank you. Well, are you up for me to read some more questions?
yeah, definitely, please.
Well, we have Sally Jeffries asking, do you read the cards when you're doing tarot, or are they just a tool to connect and bring information through?
Oh yeah, I read them to my best ability, and but at the same time, like I stated, it is more of a channeling reading half the time. And now that I understand the use of the chakra systems as well, uh, am I going off on a tangent here, Jamie? I feel like sometimes I do. Um, but because of Jamie's help with the Reiki modality as well, I look into the chakra systems, and lately I've been finding, I think because of the pandemic, uh, all over the world, a lot of people's root chakras are very imbalanced. Dare we say it? The red, the black, and the brown all need more sustenance, and I feel like before and after a session, I always want to give time and ground the luminaire back into their body so that they don't feel so, as others have stated in the past, so wonderfully up in the clouds. Even though that feeling is wonderful, you don't want it for hours on end after a session because you can feel a bit lightheaded. Yeah, and regrounding is positive more. Yeah.
So I agree with that. We have Nancy V saying, just started reading Tarot in the park. Thank you. I can truly relate to you. And Daniel Stahl says, honored to have you in our lives, Samuel. Hearts. So much. Kiara is saying hello and thank you. And Katie Rain wants to know, does Samuel have family that supports him, or has he had to find his own tribe to be in his corner? Do you have family that supports you?
No, to put it bluntly. There's belief systems and also childhood traumas and past life instances that unfortunately coexist with the family dynamic. And being an only child to a single parent, it has been a little bit tricky because of all those instances, and also having to find the balance of who I am at the same time because of the observation within itself, and then finding the opinions and the judgments coming forward so strongly than ever before. Dare I say, when I was unconscious to those equations of the opinions and the judgments and the projections of others being put onto you. Yeah. And sorry, what was the second part of the question?
Did you have to find your own tribe to be in your corner?
Most definitely. And that was through both energetic with Eric and the guides, and Maitland, of course. She does come forward a lot. And also you, Jamie, and the Luminaires that we've met through the mentorship, and who are with us live today as well, that we've been doing trance channeling with, Reiki workshops with. Yeah.
Well, I was listening to Maitland and Eric chime into my ear a second. There is something that you found growing up that I think has helped you tremendously. And can I name it?
Yeah, go ahead.
No idea where I'm going. Music?
Of course, yeah. Being an opera singer, it has helped, I think, tremendously with the clairaudience. When spirit comes to me, I can hear them a lot clearly than others who I talk to, and I'm always going, "Oh, it's very interesting that you can't hear them, but you can see them with your clairvoyance." And it's interesting how others step forward and go, "Oh yeah, I can see them, and I can see the energy as well, but I can't hear them." Yeah,
We all work so differently.
yeah.
I do want to.
I do feel that the opera years of opera singing training have been the catalyst and the lesson of why my clairaudience is so strong starting out. Yeah.
Yeah. So in our JB mentorship, whenever it was somebody's birthday, Samuel would do a happy birthday recording for us. And if you have never had an operatic professional sing you happy birthday, it is insane. And we were all like, Samuel, Can you make this like a side hustle? Like somebody pays you something and you get the recording on your phone?
It would be nice, yeah.
Wow. Well, you were so gracious in coming here and talking about tarot. You also created a little discount code for all the Luminaires.
Yes. Let me know. Is it coming up on your end, Jane?
It's up, and we have posted it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes, so if we go to www.oracleinthereflection.today, we can go down and scroll down to tarot 1 hour reading and go into the checkout as normal, find a date, find a time, and then type in with all listed below, basically. Jamie sent me 1111.
Yep, for 33% off. So we have the
Indeed.
code posted, the link is posted. If you're hanging out today and you're listening to Samuel and that energy is aligning with you and you would like to learn more about your spiritual journey yourself, through tarot and Samuel's intuitive mediumship that comes with it. You blend channeling and tarot work very well. Like, just merges together. You can look at his other services as well on his website, which he has recently launched and is still making some adjustments. So you might find some things on there where you go, what? But just know that he is finishing it up and getting it together. But it's all there, and you can reach out to him. We have so many people saying
Any more
things.
questions?
Maybe at the end, Angela.
Yeah.
Angela Crady is saying, can he sing for us? April birthday, folks.
It's a little bit early in the morning, Angela.
He'll blow your microphones off. Like, your speakers will just be gone. This voice, it's incredible. It comes from, I don't know where it comes from. It is out of this world. Okay. J Marcus even says, today is my birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jay.
We might have to find it and post it another day.
Yeah, I think it's still up on the WhatsApp group.
When Samuel's voice is put together. Kiara says the fluidity Samuel has when he's channeling is inspiring. I'm learning a lot. Oh, working with him. Okay.
Yes, because we're still working on the red light exercises that you put forward with the trance channeling. So, and a few interesting individuals have come forward, Mr. Sidney Portier and a few others. And dare I say it, even through some of my own meditation readings, Mr. Archbishop Desmond Tutu stepped forward with Nelson Mandela. That was quite intriguing. And the whole thing with Alec Baldwin was a bit systemic. Lena Hutchins stepping forward as a younger girl in her spirit form. So yeah, there's been a lot of famous people actually stepping forward,
communicating to a lot of them.
communicating to a lot of them. And I think when that happens, also it's a very, you know that there's something more happening, and it's not just illness. It's actually something more profound when the spirits such as that are stepping forward, especially Mr. Sidney Portier, who was almost like a universe to himself when he stepped forward. Yeah.
Very much true. I don't know if I would agree with measuring whom comes through compared to, quality of the reading or even the mental illness part.
For sure.
Speaking on my experiences, mostly of what I do is connect people to their loved ones, not so much, the Elvises or JFKs or Desmond,
No,
too,
yeah,
up.
I
To
think
me,
that, yeah,
yeah, it's more
stepping,
the quality of the characteristic of that entity. How well can they communicate? That's what I gauge,
mm,
not who it is. Because fame is nothing over there. As we're on Earth, we kind of hold that as a high value. And I just find that
oh,
it
for sure.
doesn't
But
work as well as
yeah, but at the same time, saying that, Jamie, I think their humanity steps forward a lot more than exactly what you're saying with their fame. That you are seeing their true potential compared to let's put you up on a pedestal. It is more step forward just as a past loved one would to deliver a message.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's so beautiful when they do. Yeah.
Talking about beautiful, you have a super beautiful comment from Norman McCraw. Oh, McGraw. In our Indigenous way of life teachings, we adopt those in our clan system who require a family. Samuel, I would gladly adopt you into our tribe and clan. You are loved and loved, my friend. Norman, it's making my heart like burst. Uh, Judy Jenkins. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So just with any interest of the new mentorship mentorees or anyone wishing to start their own business as well, Vistaprint is very good. It's where I got the uh, promoting them for a bit for the very good prices for business cards if you're looking to get a business card done.
Shout out
So
Vince.
yes.
Judy Jenkins wants to know, Samuel, do you hear or connect to angels or guides when you sing?
I'm sure I do. I know I connect to my friends, my dare I say? I know I connect to my guides, and I know I connect to my friend Jordan a lot, who committed suicide last year, and
So, yes,
she was also a opera singer as well. And but yes, I also feel that I do. But even though I'm not really cognitively aware of who I'm bringing forward, there is a lot of Archangel Michael when Eric stepped forward, and then also in readings, Archangel Azrael, the angel of death, steps forward a lot. But also, uh, quickly going into you've dealt with the energies of Hitler and all those types of individuals in the past, and I've dealt a lot with Charles Manson in that respect of the duality and his both Hitler and Charles's um, celestial beings that actually stepped forward in a similar way. So there is lessons learned through the higher perspective, I suppose. But sometimes it is so high and so in the vibration that you truly have to surrender to it. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, to
yes,
really understand where those sort of very powerful but very dense energies at the same time are coming from.
agreed.
Yeah.
Well, we have a few more minutes, and Jason Atkins is wanting to ask, did tarot come first for you, or mediumship come first? Or have they always worked together for you?
I feel that mediumship came first, actually, because that's where the confusion of mental illness, I think, stepped forward because I was hearing voices, and then developed and started to understand what exactly was going on after that more, and started to open up my clairs of the third eye and the chakra systems as well. Yeah. And as I stated, I feel that Eric Ruin Metis has definitely helped unblock and decalcify my third eye a lot, as he has with so many in the past year. But also working with the Reiki modality as well has helped me unblock my chakras even more for the readings to step forward with a lot more clarity as well.
Yeah. You have come, I agree, there's beautiful statements. Lemurian Arc, which is our beautiful Rachel Ashby, who is in our JB mentorship, and she's saying, I could listen to this all day. And then Stephanora, I'm so happy for you, Samuel. You've come such a long way. This is beautiful.
Well, Steph was actually on one of the first mediums who I came to, actually, yeah. And we brought Eric forward with her as well. So, yeah, it's wonderful to have her in the room today.
That's so nice. I love you, Luminaires. And Samuel, thank you so much again. I'm going to show you your beautiful offer for your 1 hour reading, 33% off. Head to his website. The links are in the chat thread, and use the coupon Jamie sent me 1111. And maybe, Samuel, you'll get to have some coffee and wake up for the day, or are you going to go back?
No, coffee is already in front of me, so that's good.
Oh, I super appreciate it. Thank you so much
for having me.
So before I close up, I usually ask, is there a golden nugget or one thing that you would like to share with the Luminaires before signing off? It could be any kind of life advice, what you do for spirituality, what's coming to mind right now. Golden nugget. I really put you on the spot.
Yeah. Huh? No, I think Stephanora will understand this meaning, I think, as it came forward with her reading in my own a long time ago. And as I stated in our mentorship, what did you learn? What will you learn? And what lessons come through so much emotion that we need to push past it to find the lesson that we truly deserve?
Mm.
And that's for everyone in the collective of unity, really, in their individual perceptions and needs.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Eric and Maitland, and everyone who stepped forward today, and all the luminaires in the group today.
Yes, for those luminaires, you can find Samuel Oracles in the Reflection today. Go check them out. Follow the links. Samuel, thank you. I'll see you on some flip side.
Definitely. Thank you, everyone.